All right, this is Math 209, Week 1, Section 5.2, and we're identifying the degree and coefficient of monomials. This is just a lot of vocabulary here. So when it says give the coefficient and degree of this following term, so the coefficient is the number in front. So let me zoom in here. So it's the number in front of the variable's junk. Okay, so in this case, the coefficient is -2. Now, when they talk about the degree is when you add up all of the exponents in the variables. And in this case, the only exponent is a 5. So therefore, the degree is 5. All right, so that's basic vocabulary. Now here it says give the coefficient of the degree and give the coefficient and the degree of this term. So when you have just a plain old set of numbers right here, variables, there's no number in the front, well, that tells you that the coefficient is a 1, unless it's specifically stated that it's an 8 or a -4. If there's no number in the front, it's automatically a 1, and so that's why we got a 1 right there. And then the other thing is, what is the degree? Well, the degree is when you take this exponent, which happens to be a 4. Now this guy doesn't have an exponent, so it's a 1. And so the degree is you add 1 plus 4 and you get 5. So the degree is 5. Ultimately, this stuff is not particularly of long-term importance, especially in Math 209. So don't stress out over the vocabulary. Just write it down in your notes so that you can have it at your disposal when you take the final exam. So here, give the coefficient and the degree of this term. All right, so the coefficient, well, is the number in the front. So the coefficient is -7. So there's our coefficient. And the degree, well, the n is raised to the power of 3. The m is raised to the power of 1, because when you don't see a number, it means it's a 1. And so 1 plus 3 is 4. So you can see our coefficient is -7, and the degree is 4. So let me get out of here, and there. And the last slide, give the coefficient and degree of 7. Well, you'll notice there's no variable. So that means, okay, so that's the number itself is your coefficient, which is 7. And since there's no variables at all, that means the degree is 0. So when it's just a plain old 5, your coefficient is 7 and your degree is 0. Now if we go 5m, whoa, 5m, your coefficient is still 7, but now your degree would be a 1. And that wraps up this video.